Hello, Dr. Holton's Distance Education Tools class. This is Seth King, and I'm presenting a screencast demonstration to you as I really was just fascinated by the possibilities of a screencast. And I believe that it's a great way, in fact, an excellent way, to model or scaffold for your students how to run through or navigate a website that they must use as part of their distance education experience. And I think that there's a great bit of value in being able to use a screencast for instructions on how to use distance education tools via computers. And so I want to show this to you. Now what you're looking at is you're actually looking at a web page designed in Dreamweaver that I worked on designing over the course of a study year in the particular field that I'm in. This was the Book of Mormon study year that I taught. And I basically was looking for a way to involve my students with makeup work. Now my institution doesn't allow me to use online things such as this nature, and this has never been uploaded to any host server or any online area actually. It was more something, a creation out of my own mind that I was really thinking about at one time when I was in a master's degree, and then later on decided to really put some of those thoughts down in this form. And I believe that distance education is a wonderful thing, and I've designed this whole website around things that I think make distance education important. And I think the greatest knock to distance education is that feeling of not being close to a teacher and not feeling connected with a real person teacher. And you'll see how I try to overcome that in what I designed. Now this is a rough design, and it's not very well done, and you can see this space right here. I have no idea how to close that gap with a color or push this image over, and there's all kinds of problems. And this was a Flash assignment that I did in a Flash course a few years back, and it's very primitive, but it was extremely easy to upload this little particular Flash instant into this Dreamweaver page. And I'm accessing this right off my computer right now. In fact, you can't see it, but if you were to see the address bar up above, it's just coming right out of a file. Well, if you were my students, I would use this screencast to show you how to utilize this site. And so I'd start by saying, students, this is the site that you'll be using to do your makeup work in. And you'll notice that in this site there will be quotes on topics by prophets and apostles. There'll also be links that take you to learn more about different aspects of the church education system. For example, if you were to click this, immediately would open a browser that would take you to the Seminary Institute's homepage. Or you can come on up to the top right and click General Info to learn more about your amazing teacher. And you can see pictures of his incredible strength. And there's some things there that are important for you to remember. There's also a disclaimer to note that this is not an official church LDS Church website. This just represents my feelings and ideas. And then you can't contact me because it's illegal for me to have your email. And I brought this question and concern up at the beginning of this class, wanting to figure out a way to be able to have you contact me and leave information, but me not be able to contact you virtually. And so I'm working on that, and Deb gave some great suggestions about just doing it as a link, and I'm trying to figure that out. So on Dreamweaver I could program this so you put your name, you wouldn't put your email, you'd put the subject, you'd type all this, and you'd hit submit, and it would send it to my email without a return email address. And I think Deb in this class gave me some insights on the possibilities of being able to do that with just a link. So thank you so much. Now, if you're like me, Darrell, I can speak for you. This has been an information overload in our class. But I'm excited about the possibilities of what it can do, and I think screencasting is a great way to teach students. Students, you're on this website. What I need you to do is click the home button to take you back to the home page, and that'll keep you there. If you'd like to find things out about BYU the college, you can click here, and Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, you can click here. But essentially what you'll do, students, is when you have a makeup day, you'll come in and you'll click on a lesson from the scriptures that we're teaching, and what I tell you is you missed a lesson on Ether 12, so you need to click on the faith lesson. And you'll find a quote over in this area by an apostle or a prophet that talks about that subject, and you'll need to read that, and then to get you thinking about faith and to keep you connected to me. I'm a very big proponent of this. I feel like on online distance education, individuals need to be able to see and get an understanding for the teacher. And so students, what I want you to do is click on the video link and watch a short introductory video about the subject of faith that you're going to read about in this reading. Now this video is your teacher, it's me. And students in Dr. Holton's class, you need to know that I don't have a good digital camcorder or of any kind, so this is a digital camera that goes for like a minute. And so just an example of what my students, I envision them doing is clicking on this video. Now I kind of sound like a crazy man, but this is my classroom, and I'm just going off about things that are specific to this lesson on faith. And my vision is that if I demonstrate faith, and actually I lied to you, this isn't my classroom. This is another person's classroom that was easier access, so I can make this short video. But uh, I would think a teacher needs to kind of give some insight, some pre-idea of what's going to be talked about when they do so in video, face to face. I feel like, I mean, it's not face to face, but virtual face to face. I feel like it gives a student a connection with a teacher. And so what I envisioned is a teacher doing some readiness activity or something to highlight the principles talked about. And in this particular deal, I talk a little bit about faith, and then I do a little demonstration where I step from one desk to the other. But I'm embarrassed that you're seeing this, and I didn't film a very good job with it. And it was just, yeah, my wife's holding the camera. Or not my wife, a secretary is of some place. Anyways, I'm clicking off because it's embarrassing. Okay, so after you watch the video, you'll read Ether 12, and then you'll take a little quiz on Ether 12. And it's just a quiz that helps make sure you did the reading. That's pretty much the multiple part of it. And if you didn't do the reading, you're going to have to look up some things in that particular reading section. And then you'll explain to me a question. You'll hit submit, and this will send to my email again without any other emails or contact information from you, hopefully. And wrapping up this demonstration of a screencast, finally students, after taking this and submitting it, it'll take you back to this place where you'll click post. And this post, I want you to answer these 3 questions in depth, and it needs to be about a paragraph long at least for each of these questions, or at least type up something decent for me and hit submit. And hopefully that'll just send to my email again without your contact information, but I will be able to talk to you about it the next day when I see you physically in my class. And after doing all of that, you're done with that lesson, and you're welcome to go back to the home page and do another lesson. And each lesson's the same format. A short video on the topic that kind of gives a readiness of what you're going to be discussing, and then you'll take a quiz. And for distance education tools, my 10-minute presentation is just about done. So in closing, I just want to share with you kind of the whole vision here is that screencasting is a great way to be able to highlight what students will do. And so I know this has been long to listen to. You listened to me on this screencast for 8 minutes, and that's a little too long. I think screencasts need to be shorter. But this will tie into my next presentation tomorrow, or yeah, whenever I do my next presentation. Maybe I've already done it, but this will tie into my next presentation on what's effective interaction in distance learning. I have some passions about that. Thanks so much for listening to this. It was kind of long. Have a wonderful day. My presentation's done, and I didn't even talk to you physically for very long. See ya.